Hey guys, welcome back to more Hollow Knight. In the last episode, we checked out the second portion of the City of Tears and ended up finding ourselves in the resting grounds and obtaining the Dream Nail. And one thing I didn't actually do in the last episode was Dream Nail this NPC. I tire so easily now, and my old legs seem to ache more and more. Still, I'm lucky to grow old at all. So many others haven't. We're at that time of day where the only real light I have in my room right now is my ceiling fan light, which has a glare like right at the top of the screen, like right above here where I'm standing at the top of the screen. Right at the top of the screen there is where the glare is. So yeah, if I struggle to read any dialogue, that's why. We'll notice this card here. Sorry I missed you. Feeling lost? Why not pop into our store in Dirtmouth and purchase a map of this area? That's normally what happens here, because there's no area boss in this area, so he just kind of jukes you. So we'd want to go back to Dirtmouth. And that's what we're going to do. But first I just wanted to check out, because since we're already here, we may as well check out this area. This right here we can't access yet, and the seer, the little like moth person who found us in that hut and gave us the dream nail, when you collect essence, and yes, ignore the item, when you collect essence, you can see how much you have here on the dream nail, which itself is just like this little like thing. You collect essence from these roots. Also, you can collect it from enemies. I forget if you can do that anytime. Well, it's a random chance thing. Like, sometimes when you hit an enemy, you'll just get, like, one essence or something. I forget if that just happens normally, or if that's later when you reach a certain point with the Dream Nail. Yeah, so don't take my word on that. In terms of it being right now, but you know. This grave here looks a little cracked, but this one even more so. And if we stand on it, you can see we can actually break through it. Now, funny story about down here. Remember how I said that I first played this game on a really laggy computer? The lag down here was insane, and it crashed the game. So this is an infamous area for me. It's also infamous because it has these very unsettling sounding enemies that are pretty scary and explode. The drop 15 Geo, they are entombed husk, mummified remains, deformed and enraged by infection. So yeah, they're like mummy zombies. So this little place is a bunch of tunnels with breakable wall. Ow! Yeah, the entombed husks, they do 2 damage. And they kind of lunge at you faster and farther than you'd imagine at first. So they're pretty scary. But yeah, so this is just a little maze way of breakable walls and floors that'll drop under your weight. There we got a grub. So it's nice. I'm glad he's glad to be free from this area. Got a treasure chest full of money. And yeah, you can actually, if you go up to walls, some of them you can actually kind of see that they're breakable because they're like kind of see-through. So I appreciate this game's difficulty, but these are the parts where the game just kind of fucks with you. It's like, haha, I don't even know if anything's over there. Nope, nothing's over there. And now I'm back here. Yeah, these little just instant fall on spike pits are kind of BS. I won't lie. I don't like them very much. Oh, and I don't like you very much. Let's heal up. We can come up here and get a charm, Soul Eater, and I think let me rest. So yeah, this seems to be a sarcophagus. type thingy of potentially a shaman, because if we look at the description for Soul Eater, forgotten shaman artifact used to draw soul from living creatures, greatly increases the amount of soul gained while striking an enemy with a nail. This is a stronger version of the soul catcher, which, as I mentioned, is not a super useful charm. This charm is just bad. Like, I think every Hollow Knight player can agree, this charm is just bad. It is a full 4 charm notches. Do we even have anything that costs that much right now? I don't think so. No, we don't have any other charms that cost that much. And all it is that it just increases the soul you gain. And not by like a lot. It's not like, oh, doubles the soul gain. Or at least I don't think it's doubles. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. We also have a Wanderer's Journal here. So dark. Okay, that's all he says. Some, usually like creatures and usually creatures at least will have like multiple dialogues per, they could say like one of 3 or 4 different things when you hit them with a dream nail. But then usually bodies that are kind of in the foreground, or well, this is in the background, the lesser background, not the background, if you get what I mean. I think it's called the no, the foreground is in front of you, but you know, it's like between the background and the play area, I want to say, but it was what I'm on. I don't know. Basically, bodies that stand out like this one, you can usually dream nail and they give a little dialogue, and it's cool. I like the dream nail. I like the idea of just like being able to like read minds and just see cool little dialogue. It's really neat. Anyway. Let's see what else we got over here. We got more of these guys. They only move side to side, so if you can get above them, which I think that's the only one you can really get above, they're no big deal. Okay, I thought I could avoid that, but I didn't. Got more money over here. Got another bellfly. It's hard to see them too because of the glare. Oh, it looks like there's a little hole. I think you can drop down from somewhere, potentially. And we got a Hallownest seal. So it's 2 artifacts, a grub, and 2 charms if you count the one we got last episode, the Dream Shield. Break this little wall. And we end up back at the elevator that goes to the city. But we're not gonna go there quite yet. I know we didn't really check out all of the second portion of the City of Tears. If we actually look on the map, you can see there's a symbol there. There's also a symbol there, and all the way over here. Those symbols, as it mentions in the corner, are dreamers. We kind of know what they are. They're the faces of those beings that have spoken to us many times and tried to kind of put an end to our meddling in this world. I'm not gonna go to them quite yet. We're gonna wait a little while. I mean, you're welcome to go to them now if you want, but I don't think it's gonna be a good time for you if you're at the same place as me. Hello, man. I kind of feel like killing you. I forgot you swing upwards. Why did I forget that? How did I forget that? Okay. See ya. We never went this way. Over here, this is, if I recall. Oh, yeah. This is the Blue Lake. I don't have a map for this area, but rest assured, it is a lake. It's just water that goes on for a while. And if I recall, it leads all the way back to the crossroads. Let's look at the map. Where am I? I'm there. Yeah, I think if you go across it, you will actually end up by the charm shop. There would be a secret exit entrance to the, area where the charm shop is there. If you have the patience to swim there, why not? But I mean, you got the stag close by. Anyway, we're gonna come back over here. Because we have this guy. Stop there. Those who try to leave this kingdom are cursed. Better rest here until time itself sleeps. Sorry. Ugh. Hope and freedom. I've thought that strength alone could grant me these things. God, again, the glare is making it hard to read this. In my dreams, I would cut that plague with my nails, and then I turned my weapons upon the king. When I awoke in this sacred place, I began to understand. Those who hope are already doomed. Do you still hope, wanderer? Will you flee or raise your weapon and doom us both? Challenge the warrior dream. Yeah, why not? So this is a little boss fight. He has these two swords that he will spin around and then launch where you are. And be careful because they can hit you wherever they are. If you touch them at all, you'll take damage, even on the way back and everything. They're kind of annoying. And he just moves back and forth. He seems pretty simple, right? I mean, he is. And also, this boss can kind of easily be cheesed because you can just sit over here. I think they kind of made it, wanted him to be a little easy since this is the first warrior dream we're seeing. These warrior dreams are, you know, basically ghosts of warriors that you can find around the world and challenge when you have the dream nail. Beating them will land you some essence, so it's nice. I should have equipped Thorns of Agony. That's a good charm to fight this guy with. But again, he's not that hard until you get to the second phase, where now he has twice the swords and attacks twice as often. And trying to jump up at him from the side is even more risky now because of all the swords. Ugh. Ow. Okay. I didn't really feel like cheesing him that much, but I'm not in the mood for dying right now. Because I have stuff I want to show. Ooh. There we go. Ah, I can see it now. Those who turn against the king are doomed as soon as they raise their weapon. Do not call me a traitor. Simply call me a fool. I know you will not flee. Wherever you go, I will be watching. That granted us 100 essence. And if we check our journal, Xero. Lingering dream of a fallen warrior, executed for crimes against the king. A life defined by tragedy and triumph. A death marrowed by sorrow and regret. A spirit burdened by sins and memories. Better to wander the world than be cursed with glory. Interesting character. I like him a lot. I haven't seen any discussion around him, but I have a theory that he might have been partially infected, which could have been the reason why he turned against the king. It's not really stated exactly what he did. It just says like he, you know, crimes against the king. He says he pointed his weapon at the king, but he mentions that in his dreams he was fighting the infection with his nail, and then when he woke up he was pointing at the king, or when he woke up here. I don't remember exactly what he said. You can go back and correct me, but I don't know. I kind of like to believe that he was one of the first who started getting the effects of the infection, and it started affecting him. I don't know. It's my own little headcanon, I guess. So now we're gonna go back to the seer. Ah, Wielder, you've returned. Let me have a look at the dream now. You've already collected 100 essence. Quick work. Things come naturally to you, don't they? No wonder the dreamers tried to bury you in that old dream. Perhaps you frightened them. Or perhaps, being prisoners themselves, they desired your company? In any case, you still have a long way to go. Take this old trinket as encouragement from me, and return when you have collected 200 essence. And we got a Hallownest seal for that. So yeah, like the Grubfather, we're gonna be returning to her semi-regularly, or whenever it's convenient to do so, at least. You know, maybe like after each area or something. And now last thing I want to do is travel back to Dirtmouth. Let's talk to Elderbug. Why not? We haven't talked to him in a while. I hope you aren't too disappointed by our little town, traveler. Though it's now a solemn place, we were once much more welcoming. Entry to the kingdom was forbidden long ago, supposedly after some great calamity. Many gates were closed, but our old well remains as a way to creep back in. Over the years, all kinds used to wriggle into the ruins. Wanderers, thieves, adventurers. Funny how few ever came back up. Perhaps they find what they're looking for? Bah, I'm not so naive. No doubt they've all been gobbled up. There are countless dangers in those depths. Did you see that tall cliff beyond the town's graveyard? That's only the base of a much larger peak. There's mines and machinery and all sorts of valuable rock forms inside. Many a traveler through Dirtmouth headed straight for it. Interesting bit of dialogue. And that's all we got. Usually when you go to an area and then come back and talk to him, he mentions something about where you've been. He's one of those kind of characters, and I like that. What did I want to do? Oh, well, I wanted to get the map, but I forget. Can we? Yes, we can buy a simple key. We can use that later, and we can also buy a vessel fragment now. And that, if I recall, yes, is our third vessel fragment. We now have an extra soul vessel that will hold a little bit of soul. Basically, we've increased the maximum amount of soul we can hold. So, that's always good. And now let's go buy that map.
Bapanada.
Oh, well, now we don't have enough Geo, but there is also two new pins here. We have the Whispering Root pin and the Warrior's Grave pin. These mark where there are whispering roots, which are the things the little plants that you strike with your dream nail that then give you essence, and warriors' graves, which, you know, self-explanatory. These, I mean, I'm not in any rush to get them just because I don't like memorize those areas like the back of my hand, but, well, you know, I mean, I can buy the pins at some point, and usually, I don't think it shows the, I don't think they come up unless you go into the room that the grave or root is in. So it's not like, oh, I know where all of them are instantly. No, you actually have to still explore the area and go through all the rooms. We've actually passed by a warrior's grave before, I remember. And I don't know. I think I could save the warriors' graves and the whispering roots for, you know, another day. I'm not like putting them off till the end, but, you know, we can go back and get those when we backtrack or something. I'll see. But anyway, that's all the time for today. In the next episode, we're actually going to go where Elderbug said. The cliff with the machinery and crystals. That's where we're going next. And it's gonna be a good time, trust me. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.